Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Have you ever wondered why sometimes between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. you suddenly wake up without an alarm, without a reason? You look around, it's silent, peaceful, and you feel this strange pull in your heart. My dear brothers and sisters, that's not just random. That's Allah calling you, inviting you to a conversation that could change your entire destiny. You suddenly wake up without an alarm, without a reason. You look around, it's silent, peaceful, and you feel this strange pull in your heart. My dear brothers and sisters, that's not just random. That's Allah calling you, inviting you to a conversation that could change your entire destiny. That moment is not an accident. It's an appointment from the one who created you, the one who knows exactly what your heart carries, your pain, your worries, your hopes, and your dreams. At that time of the night, when the world is silent and the stars witness your solitude, Allah descends to the lowest heaven, calling out with mercy and love, asking, "Is there anyone seeking forgiveness so I may forgive them? Is there anyone asking so I may grant them?" Imagine this for a moment, the King of all kings, the creator of everything in existence, calling upon you, waiting for you, listening to you while the rest of the world is asleep. What more beautiful moment could exist? Many people think waking up at that hour is simply insomnia, stress, or random timing. But those who understand know it's not just your body waking, it's your soul being awakened. Allah is giving you a chance to connect, to reset your heart, to remember what truly matters. The world often fills your heart with noise, work deadlines, family issues, financial worries, heartbreaks, social pressure, but at that hour, everything fades. It's just you and Allah. When you stand in prayer in those quiet hours, you're not just praying, you're being spiritually healed. Every sujood at that time carries a power that words cannot describe. Your tears at that hour are not signs of weakness. They are signs that your heart is alive. Because when Allah loves a servant, He invites them to speak to Him when no one else is around. It's in that conversation that peace enters your chest, clarity fills your mind, and hope returns to your heart. The night prayer, known as Tahajjud, was beloved to the Prophet Muhammad letter FDFA. He would wake up while others slept and stand before Allah with humility and gratitude. Allah says in the Quran, and during a part of the night, pray Tahajjud beyond what is incumbent on you. It may be that your Lord will raise you to a station of praise. This shows us that there is something special, something extraordinary about this time. It's not just another prayer. It's a moment of nearness, of love, of divine intimacy. When Allah wakes you up between 3 and 5 a.m., it might be because He knows you're carrying something heavy. Maybe you've been making dua for something for a long time, and this is His way of telling you, I am listening. Maybe you've been lost, distant, or hurt, and He's giving you a chance to come back. Maybe you've sinned and felt too guilty to return, and He's showing you that His mercy is greater than your mistakes. Sometimes Allah delays what we want not because He's ignoring us, but because He wants us to meet Him at a better time in the stillness of the night. Think about how the world feels when you wake up at that hour. The air is calm, your mind is quiet, your heart is open. It's the time when your thoughts are clearest and your emotions most honest. It's when your duas rise directly to the heavens. Angels surround those who remember Allah, writing down every word of sincerity, every tear that falls for the sake of Allah. When you whisper your pain, He listens. When you raise your hands, He answers. When you bow in humility, He lifts you in honor. Some people say they have no time for extra worship, but look at how merciful Allah is. He Himself wakes you up, gently calling your soul before dawn, giving you time without distractions, without interruptions. You don't need to pray for hours. Even a few minutes of sincere prayer can transform your entire day, even your entire life. Make wudu, pray 2 rakas, make dua from your heart, speak to Allah as though you see Him, for even if you don't, He surely sees you. Those moments before Fajr are when destinies change. People have found healing, guidance, and success through prayers made in those hours. Those that seemed impossible are granted because they were whispered in the quiet of the night. You may think no one sees your pain, but Allah does. You may think no one understands your struggle, but Allah knows every detail. You may think no one cares, but the one who created your heart cares more than anyone ever could. So when you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't turn over and go back to sleep immediately. Pause for a moment. Realize that the Creator of the universe just woke you up for a reason. Maybe He wants to protect you from something. Maybe He wants to guide you towards something better. Maybe He wants to prepare your heart for something you've been praying for. When Allah loves you, He draws you close, and this is His way of pulling you out of the noise of the world and into His peace. The peace that comes from standing before Allah at that hour cannot be found anywhere else. It's a peace that settles deep within your heart and strengthens your soul. It's what gives you light in your eyes and strength in your steps during the day. The Prophet F.D. said that the closest a servant can be to his Lord is during the last part of the night. So if Allah wakes you then, count yourself blessed. Maybe you've been searching for signs, asking for help, hoping for change. The answer might be waiting for you in those early hours. The same time you ignore could be the time your destiny is meant to shift. Allah is closer than your jugular vein, and He is waiting to hear your voice. He already knows your needs, but He loves to hear you ask. Because in asking you remember Him, and in remembering Him your heart finds peace. So next time you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., smile. That's not a random moment. That's an invitation from Allah. Wipe your tears, raise your hands, and whisper your du'as. Tell Him everything, your fears, your pain, your hopes. The one who hears the footsteps of an ant on a dark rock in the night can surely hear your whispered prayers. You are never alone. You are being called to a meeting of mercy, love, and forgiveness. Don't miss it. Because sometimes Allah wakes you up at that hour not to test you, but to bless you beyond what you could ever imagine. It's not just your body rising from sleep. It's your soul being gently called by its Creator. There's something profoundly spiritual about those quiet hours. The world is still, the noise is gone, and the distractions of the day have faded. It's a time when your heart can finally breathe, when your mind can truly focus, and when your soul can whisper to Allah without interruption. That early morning moment is not just another hour in the night. It is a sacred opportunity, an opening of divine mercy, and a reminder that Allah has chosen you for a private conversation with Him. Sometimes people wake up at that hour and wonder why. They check their phone, scroll for a moment, and then go back to sleep. But if they only knew what was happening in the unseen, if they only understood the mercy that is descending, the angels that are surrounding, and the Lord that is calling, they would never waste that time again. The Prophet Muhammad DFA said that Allah descends to the lowest heaven during the last third of the night and says, asterisk, who is calling upon me that I may answer him, who is asking of me that I may give him, who is seeking my forgiveness that I may forgive him. Asterisk, imagine the Creator of the heavens and the earth personally asking you if you need something. Imagine being called by name in the silence of the night, by the one who can fix what no one else can fix. That is not an ordinary moment. That is a moment of divine intimacy. Many of us struggle through life with burdens that seem too heavy to carry. We try to talk to people, but no one fully understands. We try to find peace, but it keeps slipping away. But in those hours before dawn, Allah opens a door that leads straight to peace. The worries that seem impossible during the day can melt away in those quiet minutes of prayer. The tears you cry in the darkness are never wasted. They are collected by the angels and raised to the heavens. Every word you whisper in sujud, every breath you take in remembrance, becomes a form of worship written in your record of deeds. Some of the most powerful du'as are made when no one else is awake. The strongest hearts are built in the darkness when only Allah can hear your voice. And the most beautiful destinies are shaped when you surrender completely, alone with your Creator. If you have ever felt like you're losing hope, that nothing is changing, that your prayers are unanswered, then remember this. Maybe Allah wants you to meet Him in those early hours so He can give you what you've been asking for in a way you never expected. Sometimes the answer to your dua isn't no, it's come closer. When Allah wakes you up at that hour, He is choosing you. Think about it. Billions of people are asleep, but you're awake. Why? Because He wants to hear your voice. He wants to hear you call upon Him. He wants to forgive you, guide you, and strengthen you. And even if you don't know what to say, even if you can only cry, that is enough. Allah understands your tears better than your words. He knows what your heart is saying even when your lips remain silent. The peace that fills the world before Fajr is a peace unlike any other. The air feels lighter, the silence feels deeper, and your heart feels softer. It's as if the world pauses for you to reconnect with the one who gave you life. That time isn't just about prayer, it's about renewal. It's about reminding yourself that no matter how hard your life has become, you still have Allah. And if you have Allah, you have everything. You don't have to be perfect to pray tahajjud. You don't have to have memorized long surahs or know eloquent du'as. Just get up, make wudu and talk to Allah. Say, Ya Allah, I need you. Say, Ya Allah, guide me. Say, Ya Allah, forgive me, help me, bless me. The sincerity in those simple words is more beloved to Allah than any long, complicated speech. What matters is not how much you say, but how much your heart feels. When you stand before Allah with humility, when you cry to Him with sincerity, that is when your dua reaches the heavens. Maybe you've been feeling lost, or you've been struggling with anxiety, or your heart feels heavy with sins you can't erase. Maybe you've been asking for something for so long, a job, a child, healing, peace, and it still hasn't come. Don't give up. Allah may be delaying it so that you can learn the sweetness of relying on Him alone. He may be holding back your blessings not to punish you, but to pull you closer. When you wake up at that hour, it's His way of saying, I haven't forgotten you. I'm still here. Talk to me. There are people whose entire lives changed because they started waking up for tahajjud. They found peace after heartbreak. They found hope after despair. They found direction after being lost. Allah gives light to those who seek Him in the darkness. So when you wake up at that hour, even if your eyes are heavy, even if your body feels tired, just sit for a moment and remember Allah. Even a single astaghfirullah said sincerely could erase a lifetime of sin. Even a single tear could open the doors of mercy that you didn't even know existed. You don't have to pray for hours. Even a short, heartfelt prayer is enough. What matters is that you respond when Allah calls. When you answer that call, you are honoring the invitation of your Creator. You are saying, Ya Allah, I hear you and I am here. And when you do that, Allah promises to be with you. The Prophet _FDFA said, when my servant comes closer to me by a hand's length, I come closer to him by an arm's length, and when he comes closer to me by an arm's length, I come closer to him by a fathom's length, and when he comes to me walking, I go to him running. That is how much Allah loves those who seek Him. So the next time you find yourself awake between 3 and 5 a.m., don't see it as a disturbance. See it as an invitation. Don't rush back to sleep. Get up, wash your face and turn to the Qibla. Pour your heart out, ask for everything you need, cry, repent, thank Him and trust Him, because Allah chose you for that moment, and He never calls a heart unless He intends to fill it with something greater. Maybe your miracle is waiting for you in that hour. Maybe your peace is waiting in your sujood. Maybe your forgiveness is hidden in a single sincere tear. Allah wakes you not to take from you, but to give to you, to heal your wounds, to lift your burdens, to renew your faith. So don't ignore that call, embrace it. The night might be dark, but those who stand before Allah at that time are surrounded by light. When the world sleeps, and you are awake with your Lord, you are never more alive. And when you answer that call, your life will never be the same again.